It's Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. This is all about your Benjamins and your weekly mixtape and weekend review video. And I can't believe it's May. I think last week I said I can't believe April's already over, and here we are in May. Usually in Indiana, this is an exciting time. Indy 500, it's a big deal here. A lot of excitement, parades, the race itself. But unfortunately, it's being pushed off to August. So it's kind of a weird May already within here in just our city. But it is for everybody as well. Let's get to the headlines that may or may not be impacting your financial plan and your portfolio. More articles than usual in the weekend review articles, but they're real short. We'll get through them real quick. First one. Taking a look at the economy in the first quarter, should be no surprise, we shrunk, and we shrunk at a 4.8% rate. So this is important. One, I don't think, again, it should be any surprise. We should have expected this with everything going on. But remember, the definition of a recession is back-to-back declining quarters in GDP. So we have quarter number one. I don't think anybody is going to be surprised when we find out quarter two shrinks as well. So we will be definitely in, well, not definitely, there's no guarantees here. We could have some wild things happen, but we will probably be in a recession. So we have the first quarter knocked out. How long will it last? That will remain to be seen. I think one of the things that's going to impact that, I'm going to jump over one and come back, is the unemployment picture. So another 3.8 million Americans filed for unemployment. So that puts us at 30 million unemployed. We went from about, it was below 3%, so I don't even know where it is now. I know it's a higher number. So within 6 weeks. So it's been a wild ride when it comes to the employment picture. Seeing those numbers begin to decline as far as how many people go on unemployment, and then actually see the unemployment numbers drop will be an important thing towards how long is this economic slowdown going to last for us. One of the things also that's going to feed into that is how consumers are spending, and consumer spending went down. Again, no surprise, there's only so many things you can buy online, and also if you've lost your job or you've been furloughed or you see your income going down because you're in a sales type position, you're probably not going to be finding things to spend. You're going to be more buckling down, looking at things that you need to be spending money on, food, your rent, your mortgage, those important things, not going out and spending freely. So again, the slowdown in the economy is not a big surprise. Would be reflected by consumer spending going down, not a big surprise. And we still have more people going on unemployment. Again, not a surprise. I mentioned this, I think it was last week. I feel like there's a very optimistic feeling out there, or maybe it's not as pessimistic as I would expect it to be given everything going on. And I don't know how to feel about that. I am an optimist, and I know that things are going to get better, and I like to see the positive. But I just feel like what's really going on is not reflecting, or the way people are feeling is not reflecting what's really going on. And hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully it's a self-fulfilling prophecy to the upside, and we get through this quicker because people are more optimistic. Our final friend when it comes to the economy and those things is the Fed. So the Fed came out, kept rates at zero, said they will keep it there for the foreseeable future until things get better, and that they expected that the government's going to have to spend more money, whether that's stimulus or buying more bonds or buying more investments, but that the government's going to have to continue to support the economy until it gets back on its feet. So not a huge surprise there. If you read the article, it mentions that usually Chairman Powell is a little bit more passive when it comes to talking about government intervention, but he's actually a little bit more forceful and actually said it versus beating around the bush. So the government's going to need to continue to help the economy, and I don't think that's going to be a big surprise either. That is all for the economic side of things. Continuing with feeding into it, we're having states beginning to reopen, if you will, in phases. So Indiana came out that we're reopening in phase 1 and 2 are kicking off. I personally, whether you care or not, I personally plan to play it a little bit more conservative. So even though technically I'll be able to have clients come back to the office here pretty soon, I'm probably just going to ride it out. By design, my summers are not full with client reviews. We review in the beginning of the year, and then my wealth management clients we review in the fall again. So summer is meant to be for extra meetings, meeting new clients, being able to have a good balance and enjoy the summer with my family. So I'm not in a huge rush to bring people back in when Zoom has been working very well for the time being. I would much rather be in a position that we're all healthy, and in the fall we can get back together. Maybe in the summer meet up with people for coffee and just kind of a social setting to catch up on the personal things we may not have enough time for in the Zoom meetings. But I plan on playing a conservative, that I don't see the reason to risk it when we can do everything we need to do using technology, get ready to get back at it in the fall, assuming that this doesn't pick back up and cause problems for us in the fall. Again, I'm optimistic, so I'm expecting fall meetings, but I'm going to take it easy. Same thing with going out and about. If I don't really have a reason to go out, I'm probably not going to go do things for a little while. I don't want to be the guinea pig, and I may be overreacting, but I'd much rather see how these reopenings go across the country. Do we see cases of coronavirus peaking or spiking back up? If so, then maybe we did a little bit too much too fast, and if it stays low, then maybe we did everything right. I would rather wait rather than risk getting myself or my family sick or passing it on to somebody else because I don't even know I have it. So my 2 cents, that's the way I plan on approaching this reopening. And the final thing, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway had their annual meeting. Usually is a huge deal in Omaha. Obviously couldn't do it, so they Zoomed everything. And it's a big deal in the finance world. I have not read any of the notes, haven't watched any of the videos yet. I'll probably watch some of it later on. I really like looking at Warren's newsletters and listening to what he has to say, just from a standpoint of I think he's a great communicator, and I would like to read and listen to him to become a better communicator myself. Not too interested in what he has to say about stocks. I know that he's sold the airlines. He's not optimistic on the airlines, but I'm not a stock picker, so that aspect of things doesn't matter, and I think that long-term diversified global portfolio is the way to go. And Uncle Warren actually supports that, so that makes me feel good about what it is that I do. Anyways, that's it. So let's get to your weekend. Thanks for watching. If you're reading this, be sure to subscribe to the blog. If you're watching this over on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Give us some feedback so we can make these videos and the future ones better. When I get done with this and get this up, I'm going to be editing a couple of haircut and combos with Roman and Leo, so hopefully we'll have those up on YouTube and the blog pretty soon. But thanks for watching and reading. I appreciate all of the support, and we'll see you all next week.